There's obviously a lot of creativity behind the scenes with Kiss. What do you think is the secret of your creative energy?
I think creativity is highly overrated
Why is that?
because if you're the best copier or the best, sort of gestalt conceptualist, you take a piece from here and a piece from there, it's like a chef. There's nothing that he's using that hasn't been used by somebody else. You just mix it in a certain way. Oh, he's an original. No, he's not. Oh, the Beatles, it's the most original band that ever existed. No, they're not. There's nothing original about them. They took Motown and Carl Perkins and country and blues and put it together, a little Elvis Presley and a little Richard, and you get your own thing. So originality and creativity, highly overrated. Pragmatism, stick-to-itiveness, dedication, hard work, that's the most important. If you're waiting to be inspired, you're not going to do anything. Go to work.
You started out as a rock and roll artist.
No, I started out in Israeli. Then I came to America and I became a Lubavitcher Hasidic guy, student. Then I went to 6th grade and discovered the Beatles. And then I became the assistant to the director of the Puerto Rican Interagency Council. And then I worked at Vogue magazine. And then I became a 6th grade teacher in Spanish Harlem. And then it's this, and then it's that, and life is never a straight line. And life is actually what happens to you while you're busy making your plans. Make your plans, but life is going to decide for you what happens. I didn't start out as a rock and roller. And since picking up a guitar and a bass and putting on more makeup and higher heels than your mother ever wore, I've gone on to do other things because you can create different pieces of you.
Through the years, you became famous for your creative genius and your unique approach to the music industry. Do you feel your abilities as a performer reflect on your business life and vice versa?
No, it's at an early age I started reading Billboard, Record World, and Cashbox. They were music industry magazines. And I notice things when I look around, and people who play guitar actually think they're making music, but they're really in the music business. And if you believe in truth in advertising, it actually does say the name of this movie is The Music Business, or Show Business. It's a business. This idea that you're just creating things because you feel like it, the real truth is you want to create something and get paid for it. And if you believe that that's the real model, then you have to ask yourself, who's going to pay me? And under what conditions are they willing to pay me? Which means you're doing market research. You're starting to think about what people want to see, who's going to want to see it, what kind of content you want, and then you have to start molding what it is that you want to do versus what it is that the paying customer wants to do. And then if you're smart, you realize that you're not the boss, but the people who are going to be paying your rent are the boss, the great unwashed masses. And even though you think you're cooler and smarter than they are, you better wake up to the fact that unless you get them to like what you do, you're out of business. And all political parties, religious parties, countries, look what's happening in the world, rock bands, chefs, anybody that does anything is in the same business. People. And we have to get them, also this content has to get them to like what you do enough to give you money. And that's the ultimate goal. And if you're smart like me, you'll pay attention to the bosses. If you haven't been paying attention, the bosses are the people.
Speaking of people, when you write songs, you keep your fans in mind. Now, for the past 4 decades, you've seen a lot of fans while playing on stage. What does the fans' energy reflect on your creativity on stage?
Well, Kiss is very much cognizant of the idea of Kiss being apolitical. We're not here to tell people who to vote for, what countries are cool, what aren't. It's not even very deep other than celebrating the joy of life. You're alive, I want to rock and roll all night, I was made for loving you, I love it loud. The individual going through life, enjoying life. Not very deep, but perhaps profound. Put a guitar around your neck and put a backbeat and you got Kiss music.
All right, last question. How was your week?
It's been shocking. I was born in Bat Galim of a Hungarian mother and a Hungarian father. I was born in 1949. And my father, I thought, walked out on us when I was 7 years old. Sheva Shanim. And then at 8.5, my mother and I left for America. And that's all I knew about my father. Never talked to him again. And he died not too long ago. And I found out I had a half-sister, Drora, who's a lovely half-sister. And I recently discovered I had 2 other sisters and a half-brother, and maybe more. And they hate it when I have my glasses on. Okay, here. Okay, now you can see how pretty I am. And I thought I was the only one, an only child. And my life has always been very simple. Get up, work hard, don't worry about anything, straight line. And now it's, as they say in Brooklyn, a clusterfuck. Everything happened all at once. And my mother came to visit Israel 25 times. She kept coming back.
And you didn't know she's coming? She's visiting Israel?
I thought she was going to the Dead Sea. She was going to visit my father. She never stopped loving him. I hope you are stalked by a woman who loves you that much all your life. Like that witch over there. Oh my God.
I'm your stalker.
Our TV show wanted to come to Israel for me to reconnect with my childhood, and because I haven't been back here. And it was time. You know, I don't have to worry about stopping the rock and roll thing. But I didn't know what was going to happen. When I was growing up, I didn't understand the magic of Israel. And coming back to Israel has been so much more than I ever imagined.